Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Trustman Animations here. And since the last Spider-Man character wishlist video did really well, I did a poll up on my Instagram to see what other types of list videos you guys would like to see. And this video was suggested by Carnage the Kid. And I actually think it's a really good idea. And this is a concept wave for the second villains wave. So if you guys aren't familiar, we did get the Bring on the Bad Guys Zemnu Build-A-Figure wave. This year, actually, recently, it featured the Red Skull, the Arcade, Dormammu, all those characters. And it was actually a really widely well-received wave. And all the figures were pretty great in it, as far as I'm aware. So I will be doing a second version of that wave, which will include 7 normal figures and 1 Build-A-Figure. The list itself is not in any particular order, as these are all just one wave. So when I count down, I kind of just count down within the villains I thought of at the time. Let me know if there's any villains I missed. I tried to get some more well-known villains, but also that haven't been made. Although I do believe there are some figures on this list that were made in like Toy Biz era, but they definitely need an update. So let's just stop with all the explaining and let's get into our list. At number 7, we have the Wizard. So Wizard, I'm not sure if he's gotten a figure or not yet, but I did see a custom of him as I got the idea from Carnage to do this. And I thought, hey, we haven't gotten a Wizard figure as far as I'm aware. And he's a pretty, I'd say he's probably at least a B or C tier villain. Pretty sure he's mainly a Fantastic Four villain as far as I'm aware. And he's super smart and stuff. I don't know much about him or much about some of these villains on this list. But I do think we deserve a Wizard figure because he is relatively known. At number 6, I have Baron Mordo. This is the normal comic classic appearance of him. The right-hand man to Dormammu. We did see him in the Doctor Strange movie, but it wasn't in a super antagonistic role yet, and who knows if we'll even see him in the new movie. Probably not. But I do think we should get a figure of Mordo. I'm not sure if we've gotten a figure of him yet from Toy Biz or anything. If I find it while editing, then I'll probably put it on screen or something. But even if it was made by Toy Biz, I think all Toy Biz figures should get an update at one point or another, so yeah. Next up at number 5, I have Annihilus. So, when I was kind of looking at images, he didn't look that big, and I do know we got an Annihilus Build-A-Figure, so he probably could be a Build-A-Figure himself. I guess if you don't like the Build-A-Figure I chose for this wave, you could swap him out with Annihilus as the Build-A-Figure, and that would probably work fine. So Annihilus, another Fantastic Four villain who, I don't know if it was from Hasbro or Toy Biz. If it was from Hasbro's early Hasbro, so it probably needs an update. The figure itself looks fine, but I do think it deserves an update. And he's a pretty relatively known villain as far as I'm aware. Next up at number 4, this is kind of a cop-out. It could really be any of these 2 female villains, I don't really care. But it's Madame Masque or Viper. So I'm pretty sure we've gotten figures of both these girls, but neither of them held up very well, especially Viper. So I do think we should get both these in due time. But if I had a preference, probably Viper for the whole Hydra setup, because that Viper figure is not good. And I remember they teased a Viper figure a long time ago, but we never got it, so that's kind of a shame, Next on my list at number 3 is a classic Mandarin figure. It kind of surprised me we haven't gotten this guy yet, with him being an Iron Man as a fake out, and then him getting a major role in the Shang-Chi movie. It's really kind of disappointing we haven't gotten one yet. I don't really care which version. You could do the classic version or the one in the suit. I don't really have a preference. I just think we deserve a comic Mandarin. And yeah, I think we should get him soon. At number 2, I have Mole Man. So this one might be kind of a confusing pick, but I do like Mole Man. I think he's very funny. Another Fantastic Four villain. I'm not actually a huge fan of the Fantastic Four. I do think some of their villains are cool, or at least kind of goofy, like Mole Man. And he actually is kind of an important villain. And I think he deserves a figure. I have no idea if we've gotten a figure of him before. So I guess I'll have to look that up in editing too. Maybe we've gotten one from Toy Biz. I don't know. And then number 1, this is another kind of cop-out, but it can really be any Serpent Society member. We've been slowly getting each of these figures through waves throughout the years. And normally they don't sell very well. They kind of peg warm, but it is kind of an important team. On my list, I just have Death Adder or Anaconda as some picks, but they can kind of choose from anyone. Also, Viper is kind of a certain Serpent Society member in some versions, so you can choose to put her, I guess. Or really just any Serpent Society member. It's a tongue twister. And then for the grand reveal, for the Build-A-Figure of this wave, the Bath, I have chosen Mephisto. So, like I said with Annihilus, Mephisto can be on the bigger side or on the smaller side. I would prefer him to be on the bigger size body, but I guess if you wanted him to be smaller size, you could swap out him and Annihilus as the Build-A-Figure. Probably wouldn't matter much. So yeah, I think Mephisto is a really important villain. Don't think we've gotten him yet at all in Marvel Legends, especially with the whole craze of him being potentially in WandaVision or whatever. I think we deserve a figure of him, though I understand they didn't want to release one at the time, because people would just probably think that he's in WandaVision and cause some chaos and whatever. Anyways, that is it for my list. Let me know what you thought. Did I miss someone who was, like, really prominent, and I'm just going to punch myself when I read your comment? Let me know what other villains you would like to see, if you thought it was a good list, and what other type of list videos you would like me to make in the future. I will definitely be reading all the comments, and you can message me on my Instagram if you have another list video idea you want me to make. This is Chris from Animation, signing out. See ya.